Hello. Welcome to Standby. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm good. I'm very excited for today's guest.
I know, we've got an amazing guest today. We've wanted her on the show for the longest time, and we finally got her comedy circuit stalwart, and recently was in a Jackass film you all might have seen. We've got Rachel Wolfson.
Hi, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
I like your MTV hat.
Thanks.
I noticed it.
I thought it would be Jackass appropriate.
Yeah.
And Francisco. Hi.
I didn't get. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, he went. I guess he bought the whole thing. He went to the MTV store actually.
Oh, wow.
I made a trip this morning.
wow.
You went to Goodwill. That's awesome.
He did a TRA. Yeah. That's what MTV.
I actually thought about it 5 minutes ago when I realized I was wearing an MTV hat, and I was like, "Oh God, are they still affiliated, or have I done something that's
No.
you can arrive and it's a complete faux pas? Like we're not associated with them anymore."
Oh no, I think everyone's still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started there, so
Yeah.
why not? How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
Yeah.
Busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveling.
That's good.
Right on
That's
it.
good. That's why we're here.
Guess what we try to talk about all the time. So where have you been?
I've been going on the road a lot. I just got back from doing a tour in Florida. I did Tampa, Orlando, and Miami.
Nice. I was there too.
It was awesome. I did Side Splitters for the first time in Tampa. I really loved that club. And then we were at this place called Gramps in Wynwood in Miami. And it was really fun. 75 seats.
Nice.
Sold it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was
Amazing.
stoked on it.
Nice.
What do you do with all your time when you're traveling through Florida? Say you're doing a string of gigs in Florida. How do you like to spend your days?
Eating people's faces.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody
Okay.
needs a hobby, man.
No, I mean, going to the beach, when we got there, we went a couple days early because I wanted to take my boyfriend Matt who's a comedian. We're doing the road together. He's never been to Epcot or Disney World. And so I was like, Epcot, it's like amazing. It's like America's version of every other country. And
That's true.
and you can drink and eat around the world. And like, I think we made it to like Germany. And we
Right.
were just like, yeah, I don't know. We need to take a break. And then a storm hit us, so we didn't even get to go to Disney World that long.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like a hurricane and stuff?
Well, just like a typical.
Just
it would be a
typical-
hurricane for us.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
a
It
drizzle.
was a bit windy.
It was a drizzle.
I mean, I was in
Windy rain.
Orlando too. Like,
There's like parents like pushing their strollers through torrential downpour. I was like, I'm not cut out.
yeah. I mean, it rains every day.
Yeah,
pretty
for
much,
sure.
especially around this time. It's kind
4
of like a
o'clock.
rainforest.
Yeah.
You know, it rains and then it just like gets dry,
Sunshine.
and some shines, and then it rains again. It's just boom. It's kind of like it's actually like fake rain. Like if you were shooting,
Oh yeah,
like a
it looks
movie,
like
it's just like
movie
boom,
rain.
and then it's
Totally.
and then it just dries.
Torrential.
Hits the off switch.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was just there too. Did you? I was in Tampa too. Did you? I was at the Tampa Improv, so I don't know. There's Ybor City. Did you get? Oh, because it's like
No.
that's where the Tampa Improv is.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know where we were specifically, but I did spend a lot of time at the Wawa gas station.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm such a huge fan.
very
I
popular stop.
love their cuisine. I call it cuisine because it's homemade, even though it's at a gas station.
Yeah.
And like my thing is I'll go in and order a bucket of meatballs.
Meatballs.
Yeah, a whole thing.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it doesn't even hurt my stomach.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Is that just Wawa or just anywhere?
No, specifically Wawa.
Wawa.
Is,
Wawa
this, is
meatballs.
this a road perfected stomach then?
I don't
Because
know.
I do think the comedian digestive tract is tougher.
I'm telling
than
you,
most.
7-Eleven would destroy me, but Wawa is,
Oh, right.
I would take a date there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd
Right.
take someone out.
Yeah.
And share the meatball bucket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was an East Coast thing? Do you know that? I don't know if you know.
Well, I've been to a Wawa. Yeah,
Okay.
I had my first Wawa within the last.
Don't
year.
call it a gas station. That's insulting.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't dare. I think I had a bacon cheeseburger and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, they're usually next to gas stations, but
I do remember
Yeah.
there
Not.
being.
Gas station adjacent.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not something I've seen anywhere else in the world too. Like the whole take a number system, like a cafe.
I would let Wawa
a
run our
gas station.
country.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their cold brew's good. Like, I mean, I have zero complaints. And there's no surcharges on their ATMs.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
not. That's
Wawa
pretty
is
cool.
for America.
Wow.
Why haven't
Yeah.
they expanded
Wow,
to the
wow.
West Coast? then?
Because
Why
I don't
haven't
know. I don't think
Yeah, I don't
we
know.
don't really, we probably don't appreciate. I mean, we should. They should. I DM'd them my love. They sent me a
Right.
promo code. I was like,
Really?
wow.
they? You're a
This,
Wawa advocate.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like okay.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Love it.
So you're originally from Las Vegas?
Born and
That's
raised.
where born and raised.
Yeah.
So how is it? That you were like outside of it or like in the I don't know because I don't think about Vegas.
Must have been
I know
in the
it's
suburbs.
I was
right?
not like
we
on
were
the
in the like the
strip.
middle of this we weren't I wasn't like born on the strip.
I thought you were born there by
Flamingo.
I lived
spent
in,
my
like-
days at the Mirage.
I was born in like, you know, a part of town, and then like as my parents got more successful, they moved us to the suburbs. You know,
because that's what you do. A local, you're a local.
Yeah.
You move.
And when you
farther
grow
away.
up in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a disdain for your hometown, or are you proud of it? Because Vegas is probably the most divisive American city.
Yeah.
Period. Because around the world, people either love coming to Vegas, or you hear people
Yeah.
say, "Oh, Vegas is terrible."
Right. I don't know. I think as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate it as a great American city, you know? And it's evolved really because it's now a sports town. It wasn't like that growing up. And I think that it's a good place to live, you know?
Yeah.
It's a nice place to live. Yeah.
Right. Oh, even though you moved from there.
Well, I moved from there because, you know, I think it's good also to get out. You won't really learn how to appreciate your hometown until you see how other hometowns are. And then you realize, oh, this place ain't so bad, you know?
That's true.
That's very
Like,
true. That's
we have
words
stoplights.
of wisdom.
Huge stoplights.
Yeah, like, you know?
I mean, to cross. I mean, in the strip, to cross from one side to the other, it takes you like 20 minutes. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you got to go like here. It's like Tetris to just cross to the other side
Well, that's
of the strip.
because I've always wondered what the suburbs of Vegas are like, especially now at this point. I think we all know artists who now live there.
Yeah.
Right. And I know some comedian friends who have moved from
there,
New Zealand or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
based in Vegas now, and they sing the praises of it.
Yeah.
But whenever I get to Vegas, I never make it to their neighborhood. Or
Yeah.
they all show up on the strip or wherever we're working, you know, in those clubs along the strip.
Yeah.
And they're always saying, "Oh, where I'm at, it's great.
Yeah.
We've got this lovely community," and we never see it.
Up until like a few years ago, it was the fastest growing city in the country. And then obviously the housing market crashed and it was it
and then
went
it just-
backwards.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I mean it's like I think a pretty easy place to live in terms of you know, driving around and existing. I'm not sure.
It is the desert, so like
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's a lot of spread out. I mean, just the fact that they made a city there, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But,
It is pretty crazy. I mean, that heat. Holy cows! It's like a blanket of hot.
I know. I went to Phoenix and I was like, why does anyone live here? And then I was like, well, I'm from Vegas, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're right in a sense of it. It does get so hot, but that's how I feel about New York when it gets cold. I'm like, it is so cold. It seems
Yeah.
like humans shouldn't live here
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. That's why when I moved to America,
Well, he's from Canada,
Yeah,
so
when I
he's
moved
like
Yeah.
his cold
But
is like
also all
whatever.
that-
He lived in where Superman the dad was raised.
Oh.
Like that's where he
I lived
grew up.
he wouldn't let me in the Fortress of Solitude.
No, you're
but
not
Yeah, I
Superman.
know.
Just
Yeah.
100 yards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Every
A lot of
now and then,
crystals.
I'd bring him a coffee.
And
Yeah.
ice. Yeah.
I'm not talking about the 70s one.
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah. I know.
Christopher Walken.
I know which one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that,
Oh, true. But basically, I'm totally with you on and I lived in England for so long, I was tired of the rain and the cold. And when I moved to America, I think we said that before, I had New York or LA basically were the
Yeah.
two choices. And I didn't want to go anywhere with
it'd be the
snow,
same thing.
snow-
Yeah.
No more snow and rain. I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose California. But now that I'm here, I'm like, I think Vegas seems like a nice, fun. But can you ever see yourself moving back to Vegas at any point?
Maybe when I'm older, but if I'm
Right.
older, I probably want to be by the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the beach. And when you were there growing up with your family, did you take any? Because I mean, Vegas is like a vacation destination. Where did you go like in vacation? With your family growing up? Any places that you remember? Any cool stories?
So my parents like warm weather. They actually I don't even know how to ski or snowboard because they never took us anywhere to learn.
Yeah.
And you know, in Vegas, like
Do you know how to
don't-
ski on water?
I could get up on that, but
Yeah,
not on I wouldn't know how to ski or snowboard. So they're beach people. So
Yeah.
you know, Mexico, Jamaica,
Right.
you know, the
Those are the holidays.
the like
that I
anywhere like Carnival Cruise stops, you know.
Yeah,
I love
all
your
the
parents.
porn.
Less clothing, more
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yes, I'm a
I
firm
mean, I grew up
believer.
on that, son. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm against skiing and snow, strapping things to yourself and covering yourself.
I
and
think
things.
you know my parents did the like Disney World when I was very young, you know,
right.
and it's like when you're so young you don't really appreciate how much it costs your parents.
it's crazy.
And also standing in line with
And the
other
annoyance.
parents and
Yeah.
other people's kids, and it's like, you know. So yeah, it's if your parents take you to Disney World, they love you but they hate themselves.
That's it's a small war after all, you know what I mean? But that is true. I mean, like just going there, it's like it is so. I mean, yeah, I remember the first time I came to the U.S. was because my mom took us to Disney
Yeah.
World, and yeah, I mean,
It's completely not for them, by the way.
Yeah,
it's
not at all.
Only for the kids, and we're not old enough to.
to appreciate and like. I mean, the only I remember is just my parent. You know, my mom. We couldn't find the rental car. Because and then you know, you lost it. It was like Goofy or
ouch.
Pluto or whatever. You know.
I think there needs to be like a place at Disney World where parents can like chill and like have a second of mindfulness, because like I'm sure parents freak the fuck out when they're at
like an adult Disney.
or
You know
just
what
like
I mean?
I guess it's called the bar, but
There
maybe
is a
just like
in Disney World or Disney, the one here in California. What is it called? Disneyland. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a restaurant called 33 or something like that.
Club 33.
I
It's
went
like a secret.
right?
super exclusive.
I went there.
What?
Sorry,
Was it good?
everybody.
Did you meet the mouse?
Yeah, but
Oh
isn't
yeah,
that
you
a-
do coke and like.
Oh wow,
With
he
Mickey,
did coke with the mouse.
With Mickey, it's like crazy. You know?
That's why they call him Goofy.
Yeah. No, I didn't. No, but I did go because actually, you know, Christelle Alonso, a friend, a good friend of mine, she did one of the voices in the movie Cars.
Oh wow.
So like she took me and some of her friends to go to Disneyland, and that's also, I don't know if I can go back again because we had to actually like, she had like the VIP thing, so like we didn't have to do any lines. And we can go. So we
Oh, you're
just,
spoiled.
You're spoiled for
yeah,
trust.
it's like, so we
Yeah.
just
I thought you were
we
gonna
would
say you
go
got
like
kicked
all.
out.
Yeah, I was like, what did you do?
Yeah, we can't go back again.
Did you
but-
pee in public again,
Well,
Francisco?
I did after I went to Club
Lines with Mickey.
33. No, but it was great. So it's like, and then we ended up going to that restaurant. So
Right.
It's like, so yeah. So I mean, there is that as the.
Oh, wow.
I
You know.
have friends who got me to lie to their children recently because they came from Edmonton. They came all the way from Edmonton and they had told their kids, probably 11 and 9, I'm going to guess their ages. I don't know. But they told them because they didn't realize how expensive Disney was by the time they came here, and they didn't have the budget. So they took them to the LA Zoo instead.
Oh,
And
man.
I came with them and I had to be in on the lie that they were telling them all day.
Wait, they were saying that the LA Zoo was Disney World?
No, they were saying that Disney was closed. Like the Disney.
no.
What a lie. I mean, Disneyland never closes.
Yeah.
But it
Right.
obviously can be unaffordable to some
It's
people.
so messed
who have
up.
come all the way because it made me realize when I was a kid, I didn't. I was taking what's the farm one? The Knott's
Berry.
my parents, when we came all the way from British Columbia or whatever, when I was a kid, I remember we went to Knott's Berry Farm instead of Disney, and I'm pretty sure my parents made it look like it was a choice. Like, oh, there's a cooler one. Even though my brother and I had the mouse hats on and we're like ready
Oh,
to
no.
go. But my poor Canadian parents were probably like, this is a little bit out of budget. Let's
It's
just
too
take
much.
them to another thing and
It's
tell them
too
it's
much.
Disney.
You see like groups of people. I'm like, wow, like how is it? How do you have like 10 of your family members here? You must be like
And
an
also
oligarch
inside,
or something.
the food is
Yeah.
crazy expensive. Everything.
Everything.
I mean, it's like, well, I don't know. Would you get a
Parking.
anything? It's like, so it's
Yeah.
like, imagine you just have a family of 4. That's like $1,000.
You want
right
Mickey's
there.
autograph? You have to suck his dick.
Oh wow! Wait, does Mickey
That's
have a
true.
dick?
That's
That's
true.
really
actually.
awkward for Dad.
Does Mickey have a penis?
He does.
He does.
But like I know he does, but like in the cost, like in does he walk
Mickey
around-
doesn't, but the
in
guy who's
theory.
trying to make an extra $50 does.
I think I got an autograph.
Wow. Like he walks around. Like imagine just like the actual just like costume of the Mickey Mouse walking around with his dick out. Everybody's like, what?
Dude, you can't.
That-
You have to be like on your best behavior even when you're not in the Mickey costume. Because if you're not presenting like Disney,
That's true.
you know.
So when
You're
he
not
when,
allowed to be seen without your
you know
hat.
when Mickey
It's-
gets his dick, so he goes like from hello. He's like hello. Hey, I'm Mickey. What's up, everybody? I'm back.
It's Michael.
I'm Michael. Wow. All right.
Bringing up childhood traumas, Ben.
No, that's not a trauma. That's actually pretty cool. By the way, it's cool though. Like one thing though, I think you said like if you're a parent or an adult to go to those, I think it's good. Like if you take like an edible or something, that's pretty cool. Like 'cause I did the edible thing and in the Space Mountain, that's pretty cool.
Were you around children though?
Yeah, but I mean I didn't bring them.
Around children.
No,
If they catch you with those, they'll like ban you from. You won't even be able to rent Disney movies. Like,
Really?
well, no, but you can't come back to the. You can't come back to the land. You're banned.
Really?
If they catch you with edibles, oh yeah, they're so strict with that. Or vaping, I still do it. You know,
But how are they gonna catch? Oh, like I mean,
because there were people. There's like people who are like just like they're
Like
just
doing
like
it too
being
much.
dumb
Ah,
or
got
you
it.
know.
yeah, I mean, I
What, do
wouldn't
they
eat
put
it.
you on
I
a
wouldn't eat it
database,
before I
though,
go.
or they-
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's like Disney jail. Like I'm sure there's like you won't even be allowed like if when you
That's
check
when
in
you're
you show
sucking
up on the
dick.
list. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I know Michael.
Can I get out?
There's no get out of jail free card like he was telling you. Oh.
So yeah, you have to be like so discreet about it because kids, you know.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I
Those
get
kids.
that. I'm not saying like do it in front of the
Kids.
kids.
No, but do it.
Kids
Definitely
are
do
always
it.
Ruining
But,
our
like, before
fun at
you go in.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like before you go in.
Yeah.
You know. What I
Oh,
mean?
there's nothing wrong.
I just hate taking
with
edibles in public, but I do like vaping. I vape.
Right.
And this.
But I think Disney would be if it would be so dope if they had like a smoking section, you know, 420.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
feel
like
that
at night.
edibles in public are harder to control than having
I don't like
managing
the. I
yourself
get
on a vape?
tired. Sometimes they don't react. Like they make me like throw up. I don't like
right.
eating weed, so I like smoking it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because
I'm always-
you're a big advocate. Of,
Yeah.
You smoke
Yeah.
a lot.
pothead, but yeah.
Because I'm always. Hey, do you have any tips on how to deal with the munchies? Because this is crushing me lately. Like I feel that I used to be good at being stoned
Yeah.
and keeping my cravings at bay.
Just
but
picture
lately-
yourself with a 6-pack.
Well, really?
Yeah, just
And
picture
that's
that, and then ask yourself like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it really worth?
That doesn't work when you're stoned though,
No,
because your immediate answer is
No,
it's
is it
not.
well? Like it's like also, is it really worth like the stomach ache or like what?
It is
like
true. It's just waking up.
If you like me, it's like as comics, like we eat late at night sometimes, and it's like
Yeah.
deciding like, do you want to feel like shit or are you gonna just
So
be
you're
hungry?
saying it's the power of the psyche then?
Oh,
You're
that's all
saying
mind.
this-
That's all mind.
you're
I mean, because
saying-
I would say just drink water, or like,
Right.
Or like
or choose
so,
something
like-
healthy, like fruit, or like I like charcuterie, it's like meat and cheese and
There you go.
veggies.
I eat that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's like you get all the sweet, savory,
Just
salty.
stay away from the carbs.
Maybe address whatever you're craving, but in the healthier version of it.
Or also, how about like eating before and then?
No, that's the bad idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because then you're gonna get even hungrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it hits you, you're just like, all
Like,
right.
well, ask yourself, what is it that you're really craving, and then just be like, okay, well, what would be like the better option for that, but still satisfying that craving. And that, but also, it's like, are you hungry or are you just high?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Often knowing the answer, unfortunately, is not the solution.
Yeah. So drink water or tea. Drink something.
I brush my teeth.
Smoothie. Yeah.
To when you get high.
Eat once you brush your teeth, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Watch a
don't-
gross video.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
all right. These are all great advice because all
Yeah.
I've been doing lately is eating.
Just
I
look.
was at a wedding as well.
I feel like these
Oh,
are
God.
questions you'd find on like an eating disorder website. How do I avoid eating, basically?
yeah, that's where I'm at. I was at a wedding in Colorado.
Yeah.
As you know, you won't know
Yeah.
that, but I was just at a wedding in Colorado all weekend. Of course, Colorado. So
Mm-hmm.
we had plenty of edibles and cannabis going around, and plenty of wedding food. And I had no moral eating.
You just went nuts.
Oh, it's been great. I'm still craving most of the food that we had all weekend in
okay.
Colorado.
Sounds good.
Which, by the way, also, speaking of turning the rain off and on, is exactly what happened in Colorado as well. To me, that's American weather. Is it rains?
It's a season.
Rains hard, and then somebody hits the off switch, and then
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Well, there's also the season. So when did you first move to do? Because when did you start? You always wanted to do stand up, or is that a thing that you
I
did
mean,
it later? Or
it's like stand up was kind of always there as soon as I got to my 20s because I never really had like direction growing up. Like my parents, I think they wanted me to go into being a lawyer or whatever, but that never really interested me. I was never good at school,
And if
but I was smart.
But he doesn't know the backstory. Your parents are lawyers.
Yeah, my mom, she was a judge, and my dad is the district attorney of Las Vegas.
Right.
Oh wow.
So, and my sister's a lawyer.
Right.
My little sister.
So it's all in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like kind of I don't know. I just was kind of lost. I went to school. I went to college because they told me to go to college.
Where, in Vegas?
No, I went to school in Vermont, and then I was in DC for a year.
I grew up in.
And I was like the dumbest person in all my classes in DC. So I was like, I'll move to Florida, and then I was like a genius. And so I finished up school in Florida, and I got a master's in communication, which I'm like,
Right.
that's like a joke. But that's, communication, comedy's public speaking, and I did a lot of that writing in college. And then when I was living in Florida, I went to my first stand-up show. I went to see...
Where in Florida?
I was living in Boca, which is South Florida, but I went to see Mike Epps at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. And so I started going to stand-up shows with my friends. I was like early 20s, like 22, pretty much as soon as, you can go to the shows. And I saw Mike Epps, Bob Saget, John Lovitz. For my friend's 21st birthday, her dad flew her out, and I met them to go see Andrew Dice Clay in Vegas. So that was like... all of my 20s I was being introduced to live stand-up, whereas I'd only seen it on TV before because I was not old enough to go to clubs. So it was there, and I just remember the feeling that I got watching the comedians, and it was magnetic. That's the only term I can explain. So when I moved from Florida to LA in 2013, and it wasn't until 2016 did I start stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you moved here to do stand-up?
No, I moved here. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to work in entertainment. And I was like, I had a marketing degree, and I had a job when I moved out here doing social media. So it gave me some comfort to like
live here,
to like really get situated. And I'm always so grateful for my boss who, allowed me to work remotely for 2 years, essentially.
Yeah, that matters a lot, doesn't it? To give you those kind of opportunities.
So that, and then, it was one of those things where it was really meant for me, but it took a lot of like failing at a lot of other things.
Right.
And to really put me in the position to be like, oh, this is what you're doing. Cause I never, growing up, I never personally was like, oh, comedy is like a job. Like you could do. I just saw Chris Rock, and I was like, he's always been Chris Rock. Like when he came out of the womb, So I didn't know that there was like how you even got. I couldn't even fathom like the whole process.
Or that there's many levels of making a living within that.
Yeah.
And,
So I have a friend who started doing it, and so that's what really humanized it for me, which was she took a class and she started going to open mics, and so it was like through that I learned there was a way
like
into that career.
Because I feel like I just moved here in 2016. I feel like you were already a fixture on the circuit.
I think it was because I had worked at the Improv. I came through. I started like as a bartender. I was working for Levity doing social media.
Oh, right.
So I started like corporate my way into like no one starts at corporate comedy. So
Right.
I think people might have known me from people might have known me from seeing me at the club doing social media, doing podcasting there, and
So even with the magnetic attraction to stand up, how long do you feel that it took you to find your feet as a stand up? Were you immediately comfortable?
No. I don't think I'm comfortable. Like I'm still very uncomfortable. I mean, like I can, I still get anxiety every time I go on stage. It's not bad anxiety. It's I'm excited, but like I put a lot of pressure on myself. And so, I'm learning the art form, and it's really a journey and it's a lot. So for me, the way I approached it was, if I'm going to do this, I'm 29 years old, which, I don't really think about my age so much because I don't think it matters when you start if you're meant for it, as long as you start.
I think a little bit of life experience always goes a long way as well. 'Cause
Right.
being a stand-up is exponential.
Totally.
You can be 19 and talking about pop music or whatever, but with even at 29, you got some life experience to go behind to
So
lend to your comedy.
my approach to it was, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to put my whole life into it, and I'm going to really immerse myself in the art form and just hit the ground running. So that's really what I did. I started going to mics and writing jokes, and I never stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's the kind of like the way to do it. I mean, it is a lifestyle, and I had the same thing growing up. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't even know I wanted to do it until I, figured out. And then I moved here, and then when I first moved here, and then I started coming here and meeting people, and that's where it was like, oh wow, there's actually people that think like me, and that was like, and then just hitting the open mics, and then that's where I met Matt, Edgar, and like all the, I mean, those were like my class where we just went from open mic. I remember meeting Matt at the Laugh Factory.
He said you were his first friend.
We were like, because we were there waiting at the Laugh Factory. It was so. I don't know if they still do it, like at Tuesdays you had to wait until like 4 p.m.
The mic,
And then it was like, so I remember just because like it was just like basically a bunch of homeless people, and then Matt and me. So we are doing this. We are like, we felt like, okay, we're doing it for the right reason. The other ones, they just wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like, and then that's how we met. And then we started working here together and all this stuff. But I feel like it is like, you like to say, you have to it is a lifestyle. I mean, I tell people that. It's like if you can't just do it as a hobby. Well, like anything, if you want to be good at anything, you can't just be like, I just want to do it once. But especially stand-up, it's like a form of living or thinking.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset, and if you don't have that, then you're not gonna be, because it's very tough in the beginning, man.
Yeah, if you don't have mental illness, get the fuck out.
Yeah, there's gotta be something a little. I mean, we're the ones that think. I mean, like for me, I remember like even just going back and thinking, I'm like, I remember I would make even jokes when like, if there's like a funeral or something, that kind of mindset.
I can't control it.
Exactly.
It's uncontrollable for me. Like I was always like that, even as a kid.
Exactly.
Like hearing the pause, and then there's where I say what I was going to say.
And there's stuff that people be like, don't say that. Like you're not supposed to say that. I was like, well.
Or you say what I'm thinking, but out loud.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's cool. And then like, so you started here, and then now that you're traveling, like, is there any? Well, like I think you kind of like talk about it a little bit, but like, is there a thing that now that you're on the road and doing shows and like, because there's like a stand-up when we travel, there's a lot of downtime until we do the shows. I mean, is there anything in particular that you like to do, like activities or stuff like, hey, when you're on the road, that I'm like, I want to do this, I want to hit the restaurant. Or
well, if weed's legal, then I always want to try to hit up a local dispensary. And then I'm a foodie, so like if it's like a local mom and pop spot, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I try to like support local.
Yeah.
Spots like that. That's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And just like.
Are you equally comfortable being high on stage as being sober as well? If you're smoking pot like during the day and
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually trying to get more comfortable with not being high on stage.
Are you now?
But
and why is that?
Well, it's not. I opened for someone recently, and I did like 4 shows. I did 25 minutes on each show, and it was like the best I've ever done. And I wasn't high like immediately when I got on stage. So I treat stand up like if it's an open mic and I'm trying to get those juices flowing, I'll smoke before. But if it's like a bigger show, unless it's like Felipe Esparza's show, I'll be so high when I get on stage. I'm like, I'm learning from my mentor. He's high. He smoked the ounce. I smoked the ounce. So
With a big tour, Snoop Dogg. Like if you were a rapper, you're Snoop Dogg.
I just I really try to gauge like what's the vibe? What does the room need? Like, is it a show where like I should be high on stage?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's really cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I found. Well, I used to smoke a lot more and never care.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's as I'm getting older, I speak slow enough as it is. And when I'm stoned trying to get to a punchline, I have noticed in the last 4 or 5 years that
I just
I'm
try
not
to
reaching it as
do
efficiently.
what because for me, like I was saying, you know, I still get anxiety. I have anxiety in general. So like performing, for me, it's like ultimately my weakness is the rejection, right? Is that I get out there and they hate me. That's like my greatest fear. So for me, it's like I want to be on my toes. I want to be like confident when I get on stage. And maybe sometimes when I'm high, I'm not so confident with myself because I'm paranoid and I'm second guessing and I'm like, you know, so for me, I think with if it's a show I'm nervous about, I'll try to go in as clear-minded as possible.
And then you mentioned like they don't like me because we all of us comics have bombed. Like, have you like you remember like what's the worst or show that you had that you were like?
Do you remember a first death?
Yeah, I remember like when nobody laughed.
I mean, I bombed the other day. I wouldn't even say bomb.
Bomb is different.
I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah.
So like if the laughs aren't loud, to me it's like I didn't bomb. But I know it's like for me it's there was a show I did like not too long after I started. I think it was in 2016, and it was a show in Vegas. So my mom and dad and like my dad invited like everyone, the whole town, and he was so excited. And it was like very, very early on. And I don't even know if I bombed. I probably did, but I didn't have the awareness of like, oh, those aren't like real laughs. Those might be like, I don't know.
Supported.
But I always
Pity laughs.
the thing is though, is like, even from the beginning, I kind of came with jokes because I was a writer before I got into stand-up. So I knew what a joke was, but it was more just like
Delivery,
the uncomfortability.
persona,
You could tell I was uncomfortable there. So it didn't matter like what my jokes were.
Yeah.
They weren't going to hit as if I
Exactly.
came with conviction, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was more just like, but yeah, I mean, I had a show recently at a weed place, a weed dispensary, and to me bombed so hard that I cried when I left. And but it,
Sure wasn't
I bombed in Miami right after our show that was amazing, in Wynwood. I did a bar show, and I was like, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? My friend hit me up. She was like, it's X amount of money, and I was like, all right, that's a dinner. So, I get there and I can't stand these shows where it's like not conducive for comedy.
Oh, I hate that.
Because it's insulting to comedy. It's insulting to the people there. It's insulting to the comedians. Like, it's just, you never feel good after those shows. And I'm not saying we as comedians, like, it's not that like I'm above these shows, but I'm trying to get better as a comic.
Exactly.
I want to learn. And those shows, all I end up doing is hating myself and doubting myself. And like, as comedians, we already come with that energy. So it's like, we deserve all the bombs, but I want to bomb in a club and then learn how to get out of it. So it's like, oh, it wasn't a bomb, but I figured it out.
Because this one is a fucking TV song.
I'm literally performing in front of someone's like birthday party. Like, I'm not the fucking piano player at Nordstrom's.
Yeah. Exactly. Because that one you can play and nobody gives a shit.
It's not even a stage.
And also the piano player is like, it's on his mind or her mind. It doesn't matter. We need the people attention and stuff like that. So I don't.
Like, there's
I
a
hate
guy's back
like
to me, and the thing was, it's like a bunch of my friends came, so they had to see me have like a meltdown. So it was like, I hated it.
It's so funny because I was I think it was actually also in Miami. I was doing some shows and I had a friend. He's like, I want to come to the show. I was like, and I told him like, I don't know. I don't know how the show's gonna be. I'm doing this just because. So it's like, I don't want you to come and then bring friends and then it's just like that. So it's like, I don't know if it's gonna be conducive. So it's like,
I couldn't even look my friends in the eye. I was like, we may have to end this right now.
Because then they go like,
non-comedy
he's
friends
not that
are the
good.
worst
I know.
because they all have a different idea.
And they're like,
what
but they still
stand-up
try to
is as
comfort
well.
you, and it's like, don't comfort me.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. That's even worse. Don't touch me.
You tried,
So this is how it usually goes.
Yeah.
But it's like every night.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it was rough.
Interesting.
It was
I could
rough.
never do what
Yeah.
you
It's
do.
the hardest job in the world. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I know. I hate that. And then just the flip side, like, what's the show that you like you were like, ooh, like something click, or you're like,
You're
this is
asking her to
like
brag now.
what? Yeah, I mean, like,
no,
no,
like, I
there's
just-
also different shows when you go like, wow,
Oh,
that
totally.
was different, that was good, I did better than I ever did, or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was those shows I was talking about recently. I got to open for Christina P. in Minneapolis at Acme,
Oh,
which
that's
is
a great
really
club,
cool.
right?
I was first time there, and so yeah, she had me. We had 4 shows, and I did 25 minutes each show, and I did straight jokes the whole time.
Awesome.
And I was like, oh wow, like I'm getting a rhythm here, and I was getting tags on stage. I'm like writing, I put up clips of stuff that I was like, oh, I completely did that
Nice.
on
the
moment.
on the moment, because you were in the
I
moment.
am funny. Like I do have a talent. But yeah, so that was just like recently it's like because I feel like I'm 6 years in and I'm just out now starting to like write fuller jokes. Like I'm a big one-liner because I love words and play on words and things like
Right.
that. But full jokes with a beginning, middle, and an end. And I mean, that takes so long to even comprehend. And so I feel like I'm starting to get into that place
Yeah.
Right on.
where I'm just starting to maybe comprehend it a little bit more. But I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think I think I also had the same thing too. Just getting, when I was like in around 6-7 years, I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting to know. And then it goes another thing. I think it never ends. So
Yeah.
you're always kind of like getting better and better and better. I mean, if you work
I think
at
when
it,
you get
know.
that first story, when you see that,
Yeah.
oh, I just did a story. I've got a
Right.
story that
Beginning,
I'm doing
middle,
right
and
now.
end.
it's
Yeah.
And then he
4
has
And it's funny. It
and
has
then
jokes. It has
Yeah.
punchlines.
Yeah, and then you
It's-
start going, oh, then you start looking for where's my next story, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden you become this. Yeah, you're telling.
And you
this
can write
story.
longer.
and then they end up with the one-liners in them in the middle, and
Yeah.
you get addicted to doing that.
That's pretty cool, and it's true. I think the whole thing about also not doing, because when I started here, I also some comics, and then I heard stories about. So I was never wanted to like have a crutch. So that's why I was like I never like and also for me I need to be very sharp in order for me to, because I want to be quick in stage. So for me I never like drank too much or did any weed because I never wanted to develop that thing of like, oh, I need to be. Or even like I remember even wearing like a stupid like the same shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I
Right,
doing?
the
Like
superstition
the
thing.
superstition things. I mean, and also, is there a thing that you even have like superstitions, or even for shows, or when you travel or something like that?
Well, I feel like when I work out, I'm a better performer on stage.
before?
Yeah, if I like go to the gym that day, I'll just because it gets rid of that anxiety flutters. It doesn't get rid of it, but the intensity is like dialed down, so that when I'm on stage, I catch my breath. Because my thing is like I have to do breathing exercises before I get on stage because my breath, my heart rate gets up and I'm out of breath. I'm like, so I have to catch my breath, and sometimes I'm just so excited that I'm like, oh God, my heart's beating faster than I'm breathing. Like I gotta like catch my breath.
Yeah.
So so it's easier when I work out to
that's cool.
Yeah.
have that dialed down
Right.
because
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
gonna say about your like you've always gone sober, but I'm in your camp of like sometimes I smoke pot because I think it'll add some
Yeah.
sort of creativity to it. Although I do know that going on stage sober and performing is my best. That's my
Yeah.
best version of me. But I often do if I've got if I've storyboarded something on my wall or something like that, I do tell myself, well, a little spliff and watch
Yeah.
this, and then the extra creative juices will come through.
Yeah, I mean, I think you over time you figure out what is best for you.
Yeah.
Because there's some comics who never go on stage sober and
Yeah,
they kill,
and they
you know?
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and that's the thing that I'm like,
Sometimes they
It's
don't
like-
remember what they
yeah,
did though.
it's so true.
it depends on the
Find
the
your
comic.
process
Exactly.
and your poison.
Find your process and your poison. That's another good. We always ask for one last piece of advice, and she's
Yeah.
just crushed it with like
Oh,
3 or
yeah.
4
Thank you.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dying to ask you as well. You mentioned earlier that your tour through Florida, you were with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so what's it like touring as a couple? Like, is it like? I mean, I guess naturally you get.
Are you getting inside info from Christina P?
Oh right, do they tour together?
No, but there
okay.
is two successful comics that are married.
Any
Right, but they don't. Right, but they don't argue on the road together.
Oh no,
I
I
don't
think
know.
yeah, they both kind of have their like I know they have their podcasts and stuff, but as far as stand up, they both kind of like do their own thing. It's been great because Matt has been doing stand up for like 15 years. So for me, I feel like I'm traveling with a mentor and I get to like, I have someone there who supports me and really has that knowledge and eye for to help me get better. So
Right.
I feel stoked about it.
You're like
and
it's like a team.
yeah, it's really fun.
Tagging each other just jokes then.
Yeah,
I'm sure. And
we make fun of each other and kind of play off each other, and it really brings the crowd in on like an inside joke almost. So
Right.
like even if we're on the same show, it's not my own shows, but if people book us together, it kind of takes the audience into like our world for a second.
Yeah.
So it's fun,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you have a specific headliner, or do you guys flip the coin, or see who's in the
so
mood to
I
do
am
what?
learning to follow him because he's a really, really good comic, and we switch it up when we're doing shows, but like in terms of like when we're on the road because it's they're billing it as like either Rachel Wolfson or Rachel Wolfson and Friends or Rachel Wolfson and Matt Edgar, but like I think for me as a comic and for all comics, like I had to follow Eleanor Kerrigan the other day, and she's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need to get used to following comics who are 15 years in. Like I have to become a headliner. So like the only way to do it is to do it and fail.
Totally.
And then get good, and learn from that because I'm getting headlining shows at 6 years in and I don't have an hour, but I'm learning and growing.
Right.
So yeah. So
That's the perfect attitude.
Yeah. And then it's are you like when you travel, are you like do you like having all the amenities to make it easier travel, or do you, because he, for example,
Oh, here
doesn't
we
give
go
a shit
again.
about I like my status.
don't.
I like flying.
oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
I like
so
the
I'm new to this. I'm new to this.
Getting travel a
community.
lot, yes.
I'm new to the travel community. Really.
So for me, I recommend you stick to
I know,
one.
the comedians
But it
love
depends on your
I'm just-
personality.
Okay, so I'm used to either. I got kind of lucky. So when I first started, like Felipe Esparza pretty much took me on the road my first or second year in. So I got to feature for him, and he takes care of his comics and
Which I think that's
he's
a cool thing.
the
to
best.
do.
And
Yeah.
then I've been on the road with comics where we've traveled to Canada and we shared me and two dudes shared a motel or one of those
Right.
and it's like grimy as fuck.
Yeah.
So like for me,
Oh yeah, I'm not talking hotel. I like a better standard hotel, sure.
well, yeah, but that's the thing as a comic, like you really get a range when you start, opening and traveling for people and seeing like how other people do it, and how so like I also I love a good comic condo, like the one in there's one in Denver. I think
yeah.
that's really dope. But I recently, now that I've started traveling more, like I got Delta Sky Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a member.
Continue.
Yeah.
So now I don't have the anxiety when I get to the airport that I'm not going to get my coffee and I'm not going to have a place to poop
Exactly.
respectfully,
And
like
clean-
a
even-
nice
even take a
place.
shower.
Yeah, if you want to take a shower, because like after you poop, you have to shower.
Yeah,
and
because
so
that's
at
what
the
I do.
airport, you don't want to travel like that.
Yeah.
So
But that's true. Clean bathrooms in those Amazon.
it's so
lounge.
nice, and I didn't know
Well,
what
You
the,
use the common one.
I only I only knew about it because like they had us doing press for Jackass and like I got to go
Into those
into it and I
lounges?
was like I can never go back.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay.
can never
See?
go back.
I'm the same
so
way.
for $50 a month.
It's just it's so much
Right.
better. I get there. I know I'm gonna have my things. I'm gonna
I
have
was
my.
in the
they
lounges
change-
yesterday, and but the lounges yesterday in Denver Airport were busier.
Oh my God, I know. I noticed they're very busy.
So
So I
I'm
looked
just-
around and I was like, what kind of club is this? I was like, you guys are just letting anyone in because I think that
I guess I was in there.
No,
so-
they're just letting anyone in now because there's a lot of promotions. I read because people are like, oh, the clubs are overpopulated, and I was like, yeah, what's going on here?
Right.
Like, why is
Right.
everyone here? And it's a lot of promotions going on, and like first time or like the tickets, like depending on your ticket, you can get in. Because I was pissed. I was at the buffet. I'm like, why is everyone here?
Yeah, me
Right.
too. I hate that.
Okay, so I will express then that I still haven't changed my mind because I had access to the Delta Lounge yesterday in Denver and the United one. So I went to Delta first and I thought it was fine, but I wanted to get over to my terminal. So then I went to United. Both were too busy.
Oh, lounge hopping.
And then I went to the United one and I had a couple beers.
Love it.
And then went down to my departure lounge. But see, I like to just be sitting in the departure lounge.
No. I like to
there.
literally like I'm walking into the gate and like they call my group. I'm like, whoop.
Yeah,
I walk in.
100%.
I
Wait,
know.
what's the
See-
food like in the United Lounge? Is it just as good as Delta Sky Club?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah.
But have you been to the
I had a
Admiral?
cookie.
Do they have hard-boiled eggs?
Yeah, I think they all do
didn't
have
notice.
hard-boiled.
Is that a
eggs.
good thing or a bad
Hummus.
thing?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the protein.
The American, they got
Yeah.
hard-boiled
Oh,
eggs.
really? Hummus?
They got
Tabbouleh?
guacamole with
Oh,
a little
wow.
salmon.
Damn.
You know, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, see,
Good stuff. And plus also,
not sold.
I like also having my seat that choose the seats that I want.
Yeah.
The exit row. Sometimes and now I get a lot of bumps on first class, you know, for like, so it's like, yeah.
yeah, but that's only like $9 to choose your seat.
No, but it's already included. I
Maybe
mean, I
with
don't need-
Spirit.
Yeah.
I was with United and
You had
and
and they got
Delta.
you $9 to
United
choose
and
your
Delta. Yeah, and it was $9 to
Yeah.
get your window.
But
seat.
I mean, no, I
They
just
charge you to choose your seat?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
What kind
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
fucking gimmick is
Pleb.
that? Like obviously you're unless they automatically you let it leave it up to the Lord, like they choose it.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I'll leave it up to
What a
the
gimmick.
to the
So-
Sky Lord.
I'm also
But
another
often-
member that I'm not part of. He is actually part of the Mile High Club.
Oh, Mile High Club.
Are you a member of that club?
No.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
can't
either.
listen. I can't get it on in coach, not comfortably. Like there's
Right.
it's too close. Like
Well, first class is also like now, like everybody can go in there, anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like a door. Like now, people can still walk to the bathroom. It's
I
the
would-
same bathroom.
You're
If it
really
was like-
losing your privileges.
if it was like
It was
one of
like
the like
more-
United Emirates flights where you have your own
Yeah,
suite,
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, that I'm doing it. Yeah.
Come inside.
Yeah.
I think my
Literally.
my Mile High situation was very similar to that.
Oh, you were in like an Emirates
Oh
club?
yeah, it was flying to Britain from.
You had like a suite, like a.
It
like,
was. We had a lot of space.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
that's good. All right, then that's cool.
It's exclusive.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Right.
enough details on that.
I'm not even in the 0 mile.
No, you're in
Still
the
a
bus. You're in the
virgin?
gray house.
I've gotten
He's
it.
a
I've gotten it on in the back of a car, so I'm in the 30 mile per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like car. I remember like car stuff. It's just very annoying. I like having space. I don't like I need to move around.
I think we all like having space.
Yeah.
Some people like the car.
Nobody's here going, I had sex in a really cramped situation.
No
the
one
other
loved
day, and
it.
it was the
Wait,
Yeah.
we're talking about sex? Oh. Sorry, you know.
Yeah, do you think it's just a club that you just declare yourself in? Are we a mile up yet, man?
He just thought you had to be high.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's like, I'm a mile high.
I got an edible in.
That's how high I am. Miles.
And then is there? So now that you're traveling a lot, and then also, is there any destinations that are favorite to you in the U.S. or in the world that you got like that you? Two things that you perform at, or also that you just want to like to visit as a tourist.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like to travel, so I like to go just to new places. Even even if it's not like a travel destination, but I like places that are warm. I like Costa Rica and Mexico and Jamaica and
So just like your parents handed you
basically.
down the holiday
I
decisions.
went to Greece. That was
Oh,
dope.
that's nice.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just down for the journey.
Yeah.
you
right?
know?
Yeah.
Are you when you go to those like places? Do you like to stick to like the resort hotel, or you like to venture out and be like, give me like
A little bit of both. I like to relax and like I like to be in the water, swimming and stuff. So yeah, if there's like a beach or somewhere to swim, that's really all I need. Lake, someone's bathtub,
Nice.
you know.
Yeah.
And have you
Do you have
performed
a
in any of those places, like as a show? Like have comedy bring you to those places? to be like, oh,
Well,
man.
Florida,
Yeah.
brought me there, but not to like anywhere international
Not yet.
yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day.
One day.
Comedia en español.
Well, it's happening.
Yeah.
I did went to Dominican Republic to do shows.
Oh, really?
In Spanglish.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool.
Damn.
So
that
that's
sounds
nice.
fun.
That was really
How
fun.
does that work? in Spain? And also, do you speak Spanish then?
No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Not well.
Just learned a
No,
little
'cause
bit.
Like
what do you mean
there.
that doesn't work? You go back
Yeah.
and forth.
Like what you do? Yeah, go back and
Oh,
forth.
like you
but
mean the
do-
stand-up?
You say it.
No,
You
well, like
translate yourself.
no.
stage?
Why would I translate? Because the audience is supposed to know both English and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going.
So you're just speaking a hybrid.
Yeah,
like
I
what
could-
French Canadians do.
Yeah, like I was
Okay,
doing like
okay.
bits in English, and then I would
Right.
do other bits in Spanish, and then crowd work in Spanish, and
Right.
so it's kind of like
That's
a
pretty
mix.
cool.
Yeah. It's just,
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's cool. I think let's see. We'll have the question. The last one we had is like, well, the
Well, we do have a fine. Where are we?
final
Should we do a time check? I don't even. We're very professional here, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, we're
Very,
50.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're almost done. So that we
Oh,
should.
yeah.
Well, first of all, is there any shows that you have coming up or that
Yeah.
you wanna?
I'll be in Vegas for Skankfest. That's
Okay.
like I think the second week of October.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna be at Vulcan in November in Austin. So the tickets for that are on my website, Rachel Wolfson Comedy.
Cool.
And then I'm on social media, Instagram at Rachel Wolfson, Twitter at Wolfie Comedy, TikTok Rachel Wolfson. I don't know. I'm having a
Rachel
branding crisis.
Wolfson.
I'm having
Yeah.
a branding crisis.
But it's also
That
I
never
always tell
ends.
people like just Google.
Yeah,
you know,
you'll
like,
find me.
you'll
Yeah.
find
You'll
it.
find me.
The branding crisis never ends.
Yeah.
Because somebody's always going to recognize you for one thing and
Yeah.
look you up. And
Totally.
see another. So,
That's
she
cool.
does stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we have one. Well, I think we should. Yeah, let's do the question.
Well,
then
should we
we'll
do our
the-
final? Okay, so we usually have a final question, but then to celebrate having you on as a guest, we're going
And because
to,
you're from, the fact that you were in Jackass, which is cool. We have a little, our Bobby guy here. We're gonna do a little trivia question. We're gonna ask you
Oh,
questions,
no, I'm sorry.
and then
will be in
hopefully
your
you get
hands.
him right. But if you don't get him right, then he's gonna
Where I get canceled.
Then, if you didn't guide, then I'm gonna shoot him with a salt fly. What is it called?
The
assault gun.
salt gun.
But it's to kill flies,
Yeah.
and they just throw salt on it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not
Are we
Flies
gonna put
with salt at
safety
high
goggles
capacity.
on them or something?
what?
We're not putting safety goggles on them or anything.
Close my eyes.
You don't
No,
need
no.
safety goggles when you're shooting people in the nuts.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So,
well, that's
I don't
a
know
fair
if that's
point.
what happened.
No, but
Well, I'm not
I
gonna
think-
shoot you.
I don't know
With
if we
that
want to get
advice, I think that's what
demonetized,
we
but
should do
I'm not
now.
saying I'm
Oh
not down.
wait. Sorry.
What?
If I get you guys demonetized.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just saying like that. You can say it, but if I pull them out, we
okay.
might be in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
But I'm down.
No, we're not
It's
shooting.
OnlyFans
I'll
content.
just shoot you in the chest or in your eye or something. I don't know.
Respectfully. Yeah.
But first, before
right
this, we want to ask a question that we always ask the guests. Is like, is there any? You mentioned a couple, but is there any one travel advice that you have
Yeah.
that you want to give or share with people from the audience? That when you travel or something, like, hey, you should be doing that.
Yeah.
And
Bring extra underwear.
Right.
I do that. I always bring a lot of underwear.
Yeah. Do you bring everything else for the day? Like if you're going for 4 days, are you like 4 shirts, 4 pairs of socks?
20 pairs of underwear.
Wow,
That's
that's-
exactly what it is.
so why is that? Why?
You just never know when you might get yourself into a shitty situation.
The most important item of clothing as well.
No, I get. I mean, I use it because it's like I worked out, I do this stuff. Where it's like
Yeah.
20, it's like a lot. But
20 is a lot.
I thought this was a no judgment zone.
Yeah, exactly.
all right, sure. Yeah, all
20
right.
is a lot, but hey, you want that security, job
Yeah.
security.
That's true.
You can do anything with your day.
That's
if
true.
that's
All right,
the
so
case.
bring 20 pieces of underwear.
Well, just bring extra.
He only wears one.
Okay.
You
well.
know.
Where did you come up with that? Don't
I don't
slander.
know. I could just see you're like you flip them over or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a that's a
I
last
don't know
case for
why
Zoe.
you would dream that up. Just because.
Or just buy. There's you
just
gotta go see
because
the
I
ads
don't
and
go
buy.
to your little
Go to
airport
Wawa
lounges
buy.
and don't buy into that doesn't mean I'm a very efficient.
Yeah.
All right, so
traveler.
now we're gonna ask the questions. Bobby's gonna sit here.
While they get set up for the little stunt, I do have a Jackass related question for you,
Okay.
Rachel. How long does it take to heal from a scorpion bite to the lips? Or a scorpion sting or whatever.
Well, your mouth is like I think one of the fastest parts of your healing parts of your body.
Okay.
But like for a couple of days I could feel like the venom going down to
Like
my
easily a couple days.
Yeah, it was like a couple days, but I mean the pain it didn't last like too long, but it was like painful.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably like a day for it, but it's still like the venom was like going down to my lymph nodes, so I was like swollen here for a couple days.
And they just kept you under hospital, like, or under
No.
supervision. Was anybody knocking on your door going, "How are you doing?"
Supervision,
They
like
didn't-
my
they
my
just let you-
cats looked out for me. There's no supervision. No, I didn't take any medical treatment because I wanted it to swell up. They wanted to
Right.
see it how
Of
big
course.
they get. So
Yeah. Well, your lips look great.
I'm
thank you.
I'm surprised you don't have to check in with anybody or any like.
It's Jackass.
Yeah.
There's no checking in.
There's no concussion. There's no concussion protocol,
No.
and there's no scorpion sting
The
to the
only
face
thing that-
protocol.
The only thing
Right.
that they took seriously was COVID, which that's what
Yeah.
I read that
Yeah.
that you said that.
It's the only thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like the gold standard for COVID safety. Like on set was Jackass. I was like, that. What a world we're living in.
But
There's
even like they use that to
any
pull
kind of
pranks
safety.
on you guys. and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
they did. They did. Well, yeah, they did.
Now, okay, so now we're stunt ready, but don't you have to be on camera, buddy? Aren't we gonna go?
He's gonna be on camera, and I'm just gonna hit him.
I like your top.
Thank you.
Oh,
You know,
Just ask her.
yeah, we're
It's
both
as
rocking
simple
the
as that. Okay.
I think that the vibes are like so chill. Now we're just about to blast.
What? That was perfect. Okay, cool. All right.
All right. Would you like to
Rachel,
introduce?
my life is in your
I'm
hands.
trying. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
It's okay.
Introduce this is Bobby.
Hey. Oh yeah, I
This
haven't
is
been on.
Bobby, by the way. This is his first time on camera,
True.
and we're gonna shoot him.
Yeah, this is an honor.
Do you remember the Gerber?
Jackass?
An honor.
Do you guys remember the Gerber baby?
you should
This
let
is
me
him
shoot
growing
Yeah,
up.
20
Yeah.
years later.
We've got the grown-up Gerber baby here,
Goo goo gaga.
and
I'm excited. I'm so scared. Please.
we've got Francisco with a gun, with a salt
please
gun.
I'm sorry.
I'm really scared. Okay.
So, Rachel, thank you for helping us initiate him in this style.
Okay.
I don't know how bad this is gonna hurt.
I don't know the last time I read a map, but okay.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Or a globe. I've read a globe once.
yeah,
We'll get mine.
and don't forget, like, no matter what your instinct is,
Oh, God.
getting it wrong
Okay.
is no harm to you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
here's your first question: What is the largest country in South America?
The largest country in South America.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it Brazil?
It's correct.
Let's go. Rachel in the clutch. The clutch. My heart is
smart.
racing. Give me
Hell
props.
yeah.
Good job.
Who came up with that first question? That wasn't.
Was that hard?
No, that was. It's gonna get harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of potential here, I'm sure. All right, you ready for this? You ready to
Okay.
keep this roll alive?
Okay.
Which Caribbean island off the coast of Florida can you swim with pigs?
Jamaica
Jamaica, according to
or Haiti?
My-
Dominican?
my-
Dominican. The Dominican?
the correct answer. Oh, if she gets it wrong twice.
No.
Wait, what is it?
The correct answer is the Bahamas, which means
Okay, blast me. Okay, go ahead. Did you shoot it? This is worse.
Why is it not working?
Oh, don't point it.
Oh my gosh, just do it already.
Oh my
That
god.
was so nerve-wracking. You're just pointing it.
he's just gonna
Wait,
have
you want me
to
to test
hit
it
you
for you?
with the gun.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Oh my gosh.
He's gonna load it up himself.
Put the safety on.
Oh god.
That's why. No
Safety last.
here. Okay.
Okay.
Ow,
Did it
that actually
hurt?
hurt really bad.
Oh
I was like, oh,
no.
it stings.
It does?
Imagine it's a salt gun.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got the first question.
I'm trying to play
right.
it cool for you,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Okay.
One more question.
He's so proud of himself.
I mean,
Proud of you.
I'm around
I'm
like,
sorry.
we
I'm
go.
sorry.
okay, I appreciate it.
I'm not sorry.
All right, here we go. We got one
Actually
one
hurt pretty
final
bad.
question. What country can you find the famous Blue Lagoon?
Come on, Rachel. Come on.
Oh god, I don't know. Is it Bali?
Correct. No, it's not.
What is it?
Is Bali a country?
Yes. I
Yeah, it
believe
is,
so.
but it's not. It was at
It's
Iceland.
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 Oh, the Blue Lagoon. I was thinking that movie.
Yeah. That. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get
Because
it.
that was like the tropical one.
That's true.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Blue
All right,
Lagoon.
sorry.
I already have like a.
Well, pick where you want your other one.
Oh,
Put it
here
on
you
the
go.
nipple.
What do you want? And what do you want?
I'm sorry, I didn't know where the Blue Lagoon was, but I
Should
did
we-
know that Brazil was the largest country in South America.
There you go.
and-
You know,
So-
I got
Oh my god!
two
Oh
or
my god!
three.
Oh my god! Oh my
Where
god!
should I go?
No,
Nipple?
no.
What do you want?
No, you do it. You do it.
Where do you want it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
All right.
All right, Rachel.
Farther away.
I think it hurts more up close. Where do you want it?
Where do you want it?
I don't know. Like, do the nip. Do the nip.
Okay.
Can we see on the
Do
camera?
the nip.
Is that the nip?
Do the nip.
Oh wait.
Rachel, you're killing me.
It's not shooting. It's not
Oh,
shooting. He's on.
that's
Ready?
worse.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready? 1, 2. Stop doing it.
Oh my god.
This is funner.
Okay, did you cock it?
No, is it ready?
I don't know.
It's like waiting for Christmas.
I'm only covering my eyes because you gotta.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, get
before.
ready, get ready.
Here we go. Let's
Go ahead,
do it.
Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yes. Oh, there.
Where did it go? In the
It
nipple?
stings. Yes. Oh no, a little bit above.
Ah,
I think it took some hair off.
we need to do it again.
Oh my gosh, that was the
That was
greatest.
like way more fun than
heart-
watching you do it.
Yeah, it's
was
fun doing it.
Well, you're a good sport, bro.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
I appreciate you.
go.
Thank you for your
you.
lack of knowledge. This was the greatest moment of my entire life.
Now you can let us know how long it takes you to heal from the.
Yeah.
It honestly is leaving some marks, that's for sure.
Love it.
It actually, yeah,
Take
I
a
mean, and that's
picture.
how salts are killed. I
Yeah.
mean, no, sorry, flies. Sorry, not flies
That
are
was
killed by
so
salt.
funny.
It is such a fun to do it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Did you feel any?
I feel like I need to
relief
sign a
from-
release
It
or
is.
something.
It
I
is.
feel like I should
Yeah?
sign a release
Yeah.
that he's not going to
Now
sue
I get
me.
what program people do.
Yeah.
On camera.
Did you hear that?
You get what program people do?
said,
I'm
yeah.
a program person.
Yeah, now I get it. Now
Yeah.
I get it. And this is just from a salt one.
Yeah, but you're not a pro gun person because you want to shoot people.
Oh, no.
No, just for
But-
like, but I
yeah.
do tell. I mean, I guess people tell me when you go to a gun range, it's fun. You know, like
Right.
adrenaline. Fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, Bobby. We got 2 out of 3, which is that's what we
1
wanted.
out of 3.
Yeah.
No, we wanted. I mean, we wanted 3 out of 3
right,
shots,
right.
but like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that was
We
good.
count them
Losing
all
is
as a
winning
win.
here,
You
yeah.
know what?
it's a win.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But thank you very much for
Thank you
coming.
so
We
much
really
for
had a
having
great
me.
time.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Remember to look it up on the website when she's
Oh, you got any
performing.
gigs? I got some gigs coming too.
Oh yeah, I
Put
do.
your stuff.
I do have a gig. I have a gig on October. Colorado Springs this weekend, and September 16th and 17th. Los Angeles, October 1st. I'm gonna be in Vegas too, from the October 3rd to 3 to the 9th, and then Escondido, San Diego area, November 11 and 12.
Amazing. So I'm on the road with Jim Jeffries this week. We'll be in Seattle and Portland. So if you love Jim's comedy, I'll be opening from there. And then I'm at Caroline's in New York. My first time in the state of New York doing headlining under my
Nice.
own name.
Great.
So,
Wow.
yes, thank
Congrats.
you. I'm getting a
That's
plug for
great.
the box. So I'll be in Caroline's, New York, September 30th and October 1st. So please, if you like my comedy or whatever, come and see me in New York. I'd hugely appreciate it because, like I said, it'll be my first time in the state. I've been there
Awesome.
with Jim. It's a really weird thing. I've done Madison Square Garden and I've done Carnegie Hall, but I've never done my own thing in New York.
That's
so,
good.
So please come out if you do follow me.
Can I throw in a quick shameless plug?
Sure.
This being at the Laugh Factory with Craig Shoemaker this weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Opening for him.
Oh, great.
There you go. You
Which
can ask
one?
him if he's healed.
Tropicana.
Okay. Oh, in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Nice. Well, thank you very much. Remember to subscribe, follow us everywhere in social media, and have a great week.
Yes. Thanks,
Bye,
again,
hello.
Rachel.
Thank you.